are, another beautiful day in El Salvador. We decided today that we would go to visit the Carmen Estates in Concepcion de Ataco. And as you can see from the scenery, it's just absolutely beautiful there. And this is driving into their parking area. They have lots of beautiful plants there as well.
The guinea fowl.
The kids' playground and everything.
Oh, yeah.
El Carmen was founded in 1930 by Mr. Agustin Alfaro Moran, and now is operated by members of the fourth generation of the same family. And every year we receive 10 million pounds of coffee cherries, that are the fruits or the beans. But at the end of the process, we only get 2 million pounds of the best quality. I can say that we only get the 20% of the top quality, but it's because we need to remove the different skins or the bad beans. With the skins, we have two. The first, that it has like a red color that we can reuse like organic fertilizer in the same coffee farms. And the second skin that we can reuse to produce the fire when we use the dryers. Humidity. When we dry the coffee, we lose humidity, we lose weight. And all the bad beans that we are going to separate during the process. For those reasons, we get only the 20% of the top quality. Yeah?
Okay.
But we are going to see the machines in that moment in that we remove the skins or the bad beans. Okay? But the difference in the flavors are that in a higher elevation, it's more cool. If it is more cool, the beans they need more time to be ready, and they can absorb more nutrients of the soil. They produce more flavor. In a less elevation, it's hot. The beans they are going to be ready in a faster way. And at the end, we get less flavor. Yeah.
Okay. So beans go in here?
Yes. When we weigh the trucks, we are going to say the number of the containers in that they need to put the coffee. We can say number 12, number 13, or number 6. Yes. The trucks, they come here, they stop, and they put only the beans on the container. And when the trucks are empty, they move. And we start with the process.
Does a truck?
In that moment, in that moment it's open, but it's because we are in the raining season. Yes?
Right.
For that reason, we need to open, and the water is going to be running here.
Right.
But in October, we close.
Okay.
Yes? We use
October,
in March or in April, at the end of April, they open again.
Okay.
Yes? Because they need the canal for the water. Yeah? Okay. To start with the process, we are going to use water. We have the valves. In that we add the water. When we add the water, we move all the beans with water for the canals that they are at the end of the containers. Yeah? And we move to the red pump. In the red pump, by pressure and water, we send all the beans for the canal or pipe to the red siphon. In the siphon, we are going to start with the wash process. In that we separate the coffee by weight. The heavier they continue like a good quality, and the lighters they are considered lower quality.
Floaters.
Yes, they floated.
Yeah.
Sometimes they are broken with little holes, green or dry. For that reason, we separate the product. But at the end, we reuse. Sometimes like national instant coffee companies or commercial brands. But we reuse. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can. We have 14 different containers to receive 14 different farms at the same time. But there are bigger and smaller containers.
Okay.
For example, 8, 9, and 10, there are smaller, for smaller farmers. There are farmers that they only produce like 1,000 pounds of coffee per day. But there are bigger farmers that they can produce more than 30,000 pounds of coffee per day. And we are moving one by one to the next step.
Wow.
Yeah?
Okay.
Questions?
No.
Okay, this way. When it's spinning, it introduces all the beans inside. But inside we have a cylinder, like that one. That is like a cheese grater.
Yeah.
I can say that it's like a cheese grater because it looks similar. Yeah? And when the cylinder is spinning by pressure, it peels the bean. Remove the red skin that we are going to see. I have a short video when they are working.
Okay.
That part of the machine is spinning. Yeah. When it's spinning, it introduces all the beans inside. But inside, we have the cylinder. When it's spinning, by pressure, it peels the bean. It removes the red skin. When it removes the red skin, we get the pulp. When we get the pulp, we separate the process. And at the end, we reuse like organic fertilizer in the same coffee farm. This is the second skin, the yellow.
yes.
and we call parchment. But in that moment, you can see that it has like a little juice or like a slimy part
Yeah.
that we call mucilage. Yeah, that is the mucilage is little sweet. If we need stronger coffee, we need to remove the slimy part. of the
Okay.
mucilage. But to remove the slimy part, we move the beans to the fermentation container that we are going to see in that moment. Yeah?
Okay.
And there are some parts of the red skin that sometimes they continue with the beans, but we have those cylinders that when they are spinning, they remove. There are parts of the red skin. Yeah? Yeah. But here in El Carmen, we have 4 different processes. We have the wash process, honey process, natural, and anaerobic process. This is the wash, and that will remove the red skin and the slimy part, and at the end the coffee is stronger with balanced acidity. And we have the honey process. With the honey, we only remove the red skin, but not the slimy part, not the juice of the coffee. We dry the beans with the slimy part, but when they are drying, they absorb the flavor of the fermentation of the slimy part. And at the end, we can get like a sweetness or caramelized flavor. And we have the natural process. With the natural, we only weigh the trucks and we send the red beans to the dry area. We dry with the red skin, with the cherry. But at the end, we can get something like a fruity flavor, red fruity flavors, or wine flavors. Yeah? Fermented. And we have the anaerobic. With the anaerobic, we receive the beans, we put in plastic bags. When we put in plastic bags, we seal and we leave him ferment for 7 days.
Oh, okay.
After 7 days, the coffee is ready to put in the dry area. But
Okay.
again, we can get fermented flavor because when the beans
Right.
they are in the plastic bags without air,
Yeah.
you can say that there are some little bacteria that they are working and they
Yeah.
are changing and fermented.
Like
Fruity
lacto-fermenting.
wine,
Yeah.
Sometimes like a pineapple or tamarind flavor, like raisins. There are different flavors. Depending on the farmers, we can make the different process. Because when they come here, they say, this is bourbon or pacamara, but I need for wash or anaerobic process. They decide. We
Okay.
receive and we produce. But in El Salvador, we produce around 45 different varieties of coffee. But we mention only the top 4,
Yeah.
because if I try to explain you every variety, at the end of the tour, we are going to be tired. But when it's the wash, we move the beans to the fermentation container that we are going to. Questions? Okay, this one. But when it's the wash process, we are going to move all the beans with water for the canal to the fermentation container. If we need the coffee in the container number 6, we only open the door and all the coffee comes here. But when the coffee comes, it has the water with that we move the coffee and slimy part that we need to separate. But to separate the water and the slimy part, we leave the coffee here in ferment between 6 or 24 hours. It's the time depending on the volume of the coffee. If there is a little bit of coffee, in 6 hours can be ready. But if it is full, we need that. But after the first 6 hours, there is a person that he entered in the container. When he entered, he introduced his arm in the coffee. When he removed, he had the beans that are sticky. In that moment, he moved. If the coffee is sticky, coffee needs more time. If the coffee falls up, the coffee is ready.
Okay.
There
It's
are-
very technical.
There are other people that they use like a piece of wood that they introduce in the coffee. When they remove, they have like a bigger hole. If the hole is open, it's okay. But if the hole is closed, we need more time. They need more time. But here is with the hand. Yeah? There are different techniques that we use. Yeah. Okay. But when they say that the coffee is ready, we are going to move with water. We have the black valve in that we add the water. When we add the water, we open the little doors that they are in the corner. So that yeah. Yes. And we move all the beans with water for those canals to the red pump. In the red pump, by pressure and water, we send all the beans for the pipe, the white canal, to the red silo. Yeah? And in the red silo, we wash the last time. So it is not raining, it's the last time that the coffee touches water. Because in that moment, we are going to start with the dry process.
Okay.
We know that in El Salvador, from November to April is the dry season.
Right.
And in that moment, we are in the rainy season, May to October. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now that the climate is changing, sometime in December, sometime in February, it's raining. If it is raining, we use the dryer that we are going to see in some moment. In that moment, they are working. There is 1 or 2 that they are working. It's not the recollection season, but there are some beans that in the storage they are absorbing humidity for their for the water of the in the
Yeah, the tiles are growing green from the moisture.
This is coffee.
Oh. What made it through the crack?
Yeah, they try to. When the coffee is here, I have a short video when it's full of coffee. Can you see here? Yeah. You can see that there are many squares with different colors.
Yeah.
There is a yellow. This is the wash brown, the honey process, and with the dark ones, they are between the natural or the anaerobic process. Different colors, but they are here. Yeah. Different. Every square is from different farm or different variety. Yeah. But in every square we have the complete information of the coffee, the name of the farm, variety, quality, and the day. Complete. Yeah. Because if we don't put the information, we lose it, or we can mix with other coffee. Yeah. But when the coffee is here, we need 14 days to dry the coffee.
Okay.
But during the 14 days, we are using machine not wood, like a rake.
Yeah.
That we put in the coffee. When we put in the coffee, we work. When we work, we create a line. And the coffee that is on the floor, it's on the top. We are turning the bean.
Okay.
Because if we don't move, only the coffee that is on the top is drying. Only the coffee that is on the floor is wet.
Yeah.
For that reason, we need to move between 6 or 8 times per day.
Oh, okay.
And after 14 days, the coffee is going to be with the 12% of the humidity. When it's with the 12%, it's ready. We recollect the coffee, we put in bigger bags, and by hand, we move to the storage.
Okay.
But if it is raining, or if we don't have no space, we use the dryer.
Okay.
Because sometimes it's not raining, but it's full of coffee.
Yes.
That we are needing more space. This is the 60% of the dry area. We have the other 40% in the other part.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes we are needing more space. Yeah. When we need more space, we use the dryer.
So when you start using this, do you like do all the plants die? 'Cause
Yes,
it's so hot.
before to use, we are going to cut the plants.
Okay.
Yeah? And how we clean, for example, we need to cut the plants, and here that there are little holes.
Yeah.
The people they cover. You can see that.
Oh yeah, they've
those
the
parts
patched.
when they the main. Yeah, we bring. Yeah. But in that moment, if we try to cut the plants in that moment, in 1 month, it's going to be again. For that reason, we wait.
Just wait, yeah.
September, October. Yes, we start to cut.
Yeah.
Plants. Yeah. But when the coffee is here at night, we don't move the beans. Because at night there is a lot of moisture. If we are moving at night, the beans they are absorbed again. More moisture.
So at night you collect it?
No.
And then
The first 10 days there is no problem. We leave the coffee here. But in the last 4 days, in the afternoons, we try to recollect the coffee in little mountains, and we cover sometimes with older bags or with plastics. Yeah. Because in the last days it's very dry, and the beans they can absorb it, and they cover. Yeah. You can see here.
Oh wow. That's a hot fire.
So when we use the dryer, that they are in the other part, we need to use the ovens to produce the fire. But at the beginning, they were using the bigger boiler.
Okay.
Buffalo, New York. But now it's not working because it has like a broken parts, and they say that the maintenance is too expensive.
Oh.
For that reason, we are using the smaller one. Yeah? Here we produce in the smaller one. We produce the fire with the wood of the same coffee trees or different trees.
Okay.
But we can use the dry skin or the second skin.
Oh, that's what this is. Okay.
This is the second skin
Okay.
that we can use to produce more fire.
Right.
They can produce more fire, more pressure. So then it's running inside. But when it's running, we get the heat and we send to the dryers. And it's without smell.
Oh, okay.
Because if we get the heat out here, we can get the smoke, wood, or plastic flavors. And it can be bad for the coffee. Just the heat without smell. Yeah? Now we are using the smaller ones. 1, 2, and the third one is in the other.
Okay.
But at the beginning, they were using the bigger boiler.
Right.
Yeah? They are the dryers.
Oh. Wow.
The whole cylinder is one dryer. We have 5 of these. And in each one, we can dry 10,000 pounds of coffee every 2 days.
Okay.
Yes, if the fire working, we can dry 50,000 pounds or 25,000 kilos of coffee every 2 days. But when they are working, you can see that they are spinning.
Yeah.
But when they are spinning, there is a person that you can take samples to check the humidity. And here. Because in that moment the beans they look like a dark, but it's because they are with bone skin.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
If we take the beans and we make pressure, we can remove both skin at the same time. Wow. The green color.
But you only do Arabica here.
Only Arabica. In El Salvador we only produce Arabica family. There are two varieties or two families in the world. There are 5, but there are 2 that they are the more common, Arabicas and Robusta. But here in El Salvador we only produce Arabica family. Brazil, Colombia, Vietnam, Ethiopia, they produce Arabica, Robusta, but here only Arabica. You can have the beans. But in that case, this is the anaerobic. The reason it has like a little dusty style, yeah? But it's the anaerobic product. Yeah? But they are drying here because the coffee was with more humidity than the normal in the storage. Yeah? But to take the humidity, when they take the sample, they remove the skins, and we have a little machine, like a tester. Where we put the beans, and they say the exact humidity. Yeah? And when they say that it's with the 12%, the coffee is ready. They open the doors, or the coffee is here on the top. When the coffee is on the top, they put in the bigger bags. And by hand, they move to the storage. And in the storage, we are going to start with the resting time.
Tamara, right?
Yes, they are 2.
Okay.
Geisha and Pacamara. When they put the coffee here, they put in by hand.
Nice, up to 60 kilos.
Yeah.
So one bag is 60 kilos.
In that moment, 46.
Okay.
Because there are the beans they are drying. When they are with the skin they produce volume.
Yeah.
But when they are without skins in the final step, 69 kilos. They move by hand. They put by hand here. Yeah? The body they are moving all the day. Yeah? It's hard work, and you can see how they receive. Yeah, we have the 2 options to move the beans to the dry area. Maybe by hand, that they put in the bags and they move more with that for that canal. But sometimes it's better and faster by hand. Because sometimes both dryers or 3 dryers, they are ready at the same time. And they need to move in a faster way. If we move for the canal, we need to wait sometimes 1 or 2 hours to put the coffee in the bigger bag. But when it's here, they open all the coffee here, they are putting in the bags at the same time, and it's faster. Yeah? But sometimes we can use the canal, yeah? But when the coffee is ready, we move all the beans to the storage. And in the storage, we are going to start with the resting time. For the resting time, we need like a 30 or 60 days to rest. Medium qualities, 30 days. Gourmet qualities, 60 days. And during that time, we cannot save the beans because they are producing more flavors. Yeah? I can say that the coffee is similar like the wine. Yeah? But with the wine, with more time, it's better. And here with the coffee, we only need 30 or 60 days to rest. Yeah? But after 30 or 60 days, when the coffee is ready, we move. There is a person that he takes samples of the coffee. When he takes the samples, he removes the skins, and we have the laboratory. And that they can roast the coffee, they grind, they prepare, and they taste. When they taste, they can identify the different flavors in the coffee. Sometimes good or bad flavors. Bad flavors like a grass, vegetables, paper, or wood. Good flavors, citrus, wine, floral, fruity, nuts, chocolate flavor.
So all this coffee has the skin still on it.
Yes, you can see. Those beans, they are like the others. They are with both skin.
Yes.
But this is natural. There was anaerobic.
Has a yeast smell like bread.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mine's a red
The
rising.
natural, you can see, it's
Yeah.
like a little with moisture. Yeah. The anaerobic, all the time, it has like a little dusty fur. Yeah.
Okay.
The skins, all the beans that they are here, they are with both skins, or if it is the wash or honey process, only with the second skin.
Yes.
Yeah. But only when the buyers accept the coffee, we are going to remove the dry skins. Yes. In that moment, the skins, they are working like a protected skins. Yeah?
Oh, okay.
If we
Yeah.
remove the skins and we put the beans here, they can lose
Right.
flavor. I can say that the coffee, the other part is similar like the wine.
Yeah.
Because with the good wine,
Right.
you need to put in wood barrels.
Yes,
Yep.
oak
For
barrels.
flavor, yeah.
Yep.
And here, the beans they need to stay with the
Stay in the
skins,
skins. Yeah.
We are going to taste samples of the coffee.
Right.
You can see there are bags that they have little holes. Yeah.
For
Yeah.
example.
Yes. When the person who takes the samples,
Yeah.
when he takes the sample, he removes the skins
Right.
and we give them to the buyer. The buyer, they in the laboratory, they can roast, they grind, they prepare, and they taste again. And when they taste, they say, I like that coffee, or no, I don't like.
So when you do this for another farmer,
Yeah.
would he take it or would he store it here? Which
We store. The
We store,
coffee
okay.
here, yeah?
When the buyers come, they buy it like this, so the skins are still on them, and they would do
roasting?
the roasting
Yes.
themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only when the buyers take the coffee,
Yeah.
we need to move by hand the bags to the next step, cleaning process. In
Oh.
that we remove the skins
they
and the
do.
bad beans by size, by weight, and by color. And when
Okay.
we get the coffee, the unroasted coffee, the clean, we send to the buyers. They receive,
So you roast here too.
but when it's for El Salvador. Yeah?
When
Only when it's for El Salvador.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
But
Yeah.
when it's to export, we don't roast.
we do
Export
green
is always
beans.
with the green coffee.
Yes?
Okay.
And then, because I'm from a roastery,
Yes?
and then they send us the samples, the green beans,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
then we do our own sample roast normally. Or we get a sample roast maybe in a cupping from them, and then you get an idea, but normally you always want the green coffee, and then you
Okay.
do a standard process like a sample roast,
Yeah.
and then you check if it's possible for Americano cafe or for espresso or whatever. And
Okay.
depends on what you're looking for.
Yes, they depend. For example, in USA and Canada, people prefer more dark roast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Europe, people prefer espresso, Italian, French roast. In China, people prefer more light roast, weak coffee. And here in El Salvador, in some parts of Central America, we prefer medium.
Okay.
Yeah? For that reason, when it's to export, we don't. And the other part is that, can you imagine, it will roast, if you need like a complete lot. Sometimes the lots are around 40,000 pounds of coffee. Sometimes there are some buyers that they can buy one lot in 3 or 4 buyers, yeah? But can you imagine, it will roast the 40,000 pounds of coffee and we send to you. When you receive, the coffee has sometimes 1 or 2 months that was roasted.
Right.
The coffee is going to be,
It's not gonna taste as
it's not
good.
fresh.
Yeah.
It will have less quality
Less
then.
quality.
Yeah.
You
So
look
it
for
makes
that
more
reason.
sense to
Yeah.
send the green coffee
Yeah.
and roast it locally
Yeah.
and to roast it here, because from the moment on you roast, you lose
Yeah.
flavor.
Flavor, yeah? And the moment they receive, when they receive, they put in their rooms, their storage,
Yeah.
and they are roasting the coffee that they need.
Right.
Every day, every week, or every month.
Right.
Yeah? And the buyers, the final buyers, they are tasting
Right.
the real flavor of the coffee, fresh coffee.
Right.
Yeah? For that reason, we don't roast when it's export, only
Okay.
when it's for El Salvador.
Okay.
Yeah? But when the buyers are by hand, they move all the bags and they put in the red one. Yeah? They separate the coffee of the garbage. All the garbage is on the top. They throw the candies, leaves, or the stump. Yeah? All the garbage is on the top. They throw the candies, only the beans, they transfer, and we move all the beans to the new number. Inside we have a cylinder that when it's spinning, the pressure spins the beans. Is removed. Press spin. And we send all the skins next to the oven, yeah? Because we are going to use all the fire. Here we separate the coffee by size. When the machine is working, it shakes. When it shakes, the beans they are here. They are bigger. But it's because they are with the skin. For that reason, we receive here and we reprocess. Yes? But it's the coffee here. Separate by weight. The heavier, they are top. The lighter, they are here. You can see the difference. Good quality, lower quality. When we separate the coffee by size and by weight, we need to separate by color. When it's by color, it's by hand. And it's only by ladies. Yes? In some moments, 2-3 minutes, they are going to stay here. Yes? But they need to clean or they are picking the bad ones. If the beans are black, by color, black, yellow, white, if they are broken, with little holes, with the first or with the second skin, they need to separate. Okay. But after 1 or 2 minutes, the conveyor belt is going to run. Okay. And when it runs, it stops, they take again another part of coffee. Okay. And you can see the beans that they are here are the bad beans. Okay. There are beans that they are with the little holes, they are broken. They is complete black. But sometimes because they have like a mold or with little holes, yellow, broken, they need to separate. Yeah? Because if they don't separate, they can produce different flavors in the moment in that we run. Yeah? They can sometimes they can burn or they can produce like an older flavor. They are picking all the bad ones. Yeah? And of here, we get the 2 million pounds of the best quality. Of the 2 million pounds, no, the 90% is to export and the 10% is for El Salvador. But about some years, they was exporting the 100% of the best quality. Oh. Now they are leaving here the 10%. Because Salvadorian people, we are taking a good culture to drink a good coffee. Okay. And the people that were visiting El Salvador, they was asking why the coffee in El Salvador produce good quality. If I visit, I cannot say. Yeah. Only by ladies, because ladies have more patience, more details. The fingers are like smaller and faster, and ladies can identify more colors than the boys. For example, for the boys, sometimes red is red or blue is blue, but they can say the different tones in one color. They are creating that one. Miramar is the name of the farm, Arabic and Bourbon is the varieties, the blends, and Arabic, natural process. Nice. But you can see, that they create, they have here. Yeah? They have all the same. And when they have the bag, they are painting or they paint, and we have the we put the complete information.
Oh, smell. That smells good.
Yeah. When we roast the coffee, we can feel the smell and the flavor.
Yeah. Now it smells like coffee.
You can feel different smell, but not the flavor.
Yeah.
And you can see. Café Taco.
Oh, yes.
Café Taco is our brand. It's the coffee that we produce and we process here in El Carmen. But classic and premium, they are medium. They are not stronger, they are not light. They are more for the Salvadorian people
when we are starting to drink a good coffee, yeah? Because if we are drinking only instant coffee or cheaper qualities, and we taste the other ones, we are going to feel too strong. And this is the roaster, and it has the capacity to roast 250 pounds, sometimes 20 or 25 minutes, depending on the beans and the temperature. Sometimes you can use 250 degrees Celsius.
So if the humidity of the beans going in is different when
We try to get the same humidity, just because if there are more humidity, sometimes we need to use more temperature, and it can change the flavor of the coffee. For that reason, before to roast, the roasters, they need to check the humidity. But here is by hand. There is a part that is like a spinning. When the coffee is ready, they open the door here, and we need to use like a rake. In that we are moving just by hand. But in your machine, there is a part that is like a spinning, and it's moving.
For the cooling. After the roasting.
So 2 reasons. One of them, equipment is expensive, and labor is cheap.
Yes.
In Europe,
The other way around.
The more machines, the better.
yeah. And I had it for how long?
Months. These are coffee here, aren't they? Yeah, these are coffee plants.
How many people are around 1,000.
Really?
Wow. Is it here? Okay. Okay.
To be in Colombia.
Is there an event?
Yes, like they say, like a producers and roaster forum.
Oh.
Colombia.
Yes.
When is it?
Salvador, the barista and brewers, they was competing in.
Yeah, of
Great,
course.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and everything. It's big show. Yeah.
The next year is going to be in Korea, South Korea.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yes,
South
in
Korea,
on Capri.
yeah. Grading the coffees is really hard. It's not so easy.
Just there we go.
It's round.
Aber sie rösten echt nicht so dunkel. So richtig.
Ja, wir mögen das sowieso.
The water at the beginning, it was to preheat the pot. Yeah.
Okay.
When we prepare coffee, we need to preheat the pot, and in that case, we use here clay.
Yes.
Yeah? The clay, it produces different flavors. You know that it's ready. I need to add the water. And we get bloom after infusion. When we add the water, we need to wait some seconds for the pre-infusion to get more flavor.
Yeah.
Okay. We are going to taste gourmet quality in the bourbon variety.
Okay.
Yeah? Gourmet is the variety, the quality was we collected at 1,200 meters above the sea level, wash process, and the bourbon variety. Wash, we remove the red skin and the slimy part at the beginning. Yeah. Now that it's ready, here we're making a traditional way, by hand. And in Spanish, this method we call chorreador.
Okay.
But it's like a dripper, or like a pour-over,
Yeah.
We can control when we add the water. You can see here, we can add sometimes less or more, but in the other, it's like a balance all the time, the same. And people use like a scale because we need to weigh the coffee and the water.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Ratio.
ratio, yeah. We need to identify water we are going to use for every gram of coffee. Yeah. The majority of the people use 115, 116. Yeah. 114 depends how they need the coffee. But here is in a traditional way.
So yeah, so the street here is a lot straighter, well maintained, and I think newer is probably the better way to describe it. Whoa!
And we got that on recording.
Yeah. There we go. 3 horses.
Don't forget to hit the like button.